Hello, book geekers. I have a special offer for you. That's right, available for a limited time, a free audio download. This exclusive conversation titled Following Your Passion with life-engineered author J.F. Dubois will give you inspiration and entertainment. Available for a limited time, JF tells us how he is making the transition from graphic designer to author. In a field where rejection is inevitable, JF shares his views on how he deals with it, what advice he would give anyone wishing to make a career change, and more. Janine Bay from Montreal, Quebec, Canada says, it is inspiring and entertaining, to the point and worth the listen. Go now, FrédéricBaye.com, Following Your Passion with author J.F. Dubois, available for a limited time. Hello everyone. Thank you, all my Facebook followers, my Twitter followers, my subscribers, and everybody who are listening. Everybody who is listening to this show right now, I am so grateful for you. I'm so grateful to you for listening to this show. I am glad. Thank you so much for pushing the download button. I am Frédéric Baye, and I am talking to you from right here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. I am a geek. I am a bookworm. I am a writer. I am a host. I am a friend. I am a partner, an animal lover. I am a tough guy. I am a sensitive guy. I do what I want, and I do it when I want it. This podcast is about fiction and non-fiction books that we love. Books change lives. Books entertain. Books make us grow. Basically, it is a life podcast. It is your podcast. It is free every time you download it on iTunes. Please go over there and subscribe. It is listener supported, so the way you can do that is tell a friend, leave a review on iTunes, or for more podcast free gifts, articles, subscribe at www.fredericbaye.com. On Twitter, you can also find me at ByFred, or on Facebook. Simply type in my name, Frédéric Baye, or Frédéric Baye, writer for all you English speakers out there. So just type in my name, Frédéric Baye, writer, and you will be set. Hey guys, book geekers, last week I had a blog. I talked about the book The Little Prince. It is apparently a book that the entire universe read besides me. So I read it. I read it last week. I had a review on it. I gave you my thoughts on it. Go check it out right now. If you need inspiration, motivation, entertainment, and everything in between, go to FrédéricBaye.com and subscribe. All right. I always like to start with something funny. And this little joke, I should say, is about a lady and her baby. A lady and her baby get on a bus. The bus driver looks at the lady and then her baby and then screams, "Ugh, that's the ugliest child I've ever seen in my life." The lady then, totally disgusted, marches up to the back of the bus to sit down. As she was sitting down there, absolutely furious, a man asks, "Are you okay, dear?" The lady replies, "I'm so angry. That bus driver just insulted me." The man says, "You go back up there and give that bus driver a piece of your mind, and I'll watch your monkey." All right, on today's show, we'll talk about two things. First, I'll give you a glimpse at part 2 of this Wednesday's guest. If you love singing, this is your show. You will love her. And also, we will review a book that enlightened me. All books enlighten me. Anyway, a book written by my favorite author. I know it will do the same for you. The title is The Winner Stands Alone by Paulo Coelho. All right, so let's begin. This week's subject is the same as last week. That's right, Singing My Life Part 2. And this Wednesday, we will be joined by Gabby Grace, singer and songwriter, for part 2 of the interview. Listen, her wisdom, if you listened to the interview last week, her wisdom, passion, and intensity about her beliefs and ambition will enlighten you. I guarantee you. If you did not listen to it, go back there right now. Go back on iTunes, go on my website and download that thing. I mean, that woman is full of wisdom, passion, and intensity. She has something to say and says it. You know, you can feel her enthusiasm as she speaks. And in this second part, it will be no different. She will go into details about how she overcame her shame about her singing. That's right. She was ashamed of her voice. Can you imagine that? She will also talk about what role writing had on her self-discovery and confidence as a performer and person. And she will also talk about her journey from non-spiritual to Christian and the impact on her singing career and more. And this is an epic interview. This is a very, very important interview for all you book geekers out there. You might ask, well, why did you bring a singer here? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because writing and you know, books, a lot of spiritual books that she read, and a lot of you know, like the Bible and all that, they had such a profound influence on her that, you know what, I loved her. I really, really did love her. When I talked to her, I was like, this is a huge show. And anyway, this is for you. This show is for you, book geekers. Listen to it. You will be inspired. And I want to see you Wednesday. If you haven't listened to the first part, go now. And that brings me to this week's book review. Showbiz, showbiz, showbiz. That's right. The world of illusions. I read all the time. And the reason why I read all the time is because I learn something new. And I'm also entertained by it. I am an entertainer in a way. So I am so excited to share this book with you guys. It is a book that opened my mind to showbiz, and it gives us an honest peek behind the curtains. More specifically, the Cannes Festival. The title is The Winner Stands Alone by Paulo Coelho, and it is by HarperCollins. It was published by HarperCollins. And to summarize the book briefly, the book loosely tells the story of several individuals. Igor, a Russian millionaire. Hamid, a Middle Eastern fashion magnate. American actress Gabriella, eager to land a leading role. Ambitious criminal detective Savoy, who hopes to resolve the case of his life. And Jasmine, a woman on the brink of a successful modeling career. Set at the Cannes Film Festival, the tale narrates the epic drama and tension between the characters in a 24-hour period. Igor, a man of extraordinary intelligence. You will read that in the book. I'm telling you, this guy is pretty smart. Has promised himself to destroy worlds to get his beloved wife, Iwa, who left him for a successful designer, Hamid. That's right. There is crime, there is passion, there is everything in that book. And this is why I'm talking to you about that book at the moment. All right, my reaction to that book. First of all, it was unbelievably simply written, as usual. You know, Paulo Coelho, the way he writes is always like a song. It's always harmonious. It flows. It's great. I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyway, it was well written. It enlightened me to the behind the scenes of showbiz. Like I said earlier, I learned so much about this book, about the world of passion. It was a book, you know, it is a book that stands on its own. And to my dismay, you know, I am surprised that this book was not more, it's not like a bestseller. It should have been a bestseller. And I mean, it deserves to be on every shelf of every library everywhere in the world. I mean, it's something that everybody should read. Anyway, it is a world that will show you the real face of showbiz, the good, the bad, the ugly, the judgment, the manipulation, and it will open your eyes to this world To anyone who is in this world, who wonders about this world, or who wants to be in this world, should read this book. Paulo Coelho, who has been to the Cannes Festival countless time, gives an honest look at this world. And my reaction was aha after aha after aha. I mean, you know, those spiritual enlightening, you know, when you feel it in your gut, when you go, oh my God, you know, you gotta you gotta turn the page, and you gotta, I mean, this is what it was. And I really think, that this book, The Winner Stands Alone, it is a masterpiece. It really is a masterpiece. Another reason why I loved it was because it was, like I said, easy to read. The lessons are deep as usual. Paulo Coelho is so deep, so real, so everything to me. So, they resonated with me in a powerful way. The lessons are about life, real life. They're about fame. And you know what? The fame is not what we perceive it to be from a distance. Like many other books I loved, you know, it gives an honest look at fame and celebritism. And I like to learn something new when I read, and this book does the job. And also, you know, I'd like to just a parenthesis here. The other reason why I loved it is because it mixes all religions. This show, we're not judgmental. We are the Book Geek Show. Everybody, all races, all religions are listening to the show. We love each and every one of you. And Paulo Coelho, if you know him, you will know that he is universal. He's not, you know, he's not just a Christian, a Muslim, or anything. He embraces everything. And, you know, I always remember a line in that book, which, you know, I'll let you read the book. I won't give you the line, but he talks about taboo subjects such as the hate of Muslims around the world. And he is not shy about it, you know, but he is not judgmental about it. And actually, a lot of his books, if you read a lot of Paulo Coelho's books, they always take place, take place in like Europe, Africa, those places where, you know, a lot of the fundamentalists live, you know. And so, yeah, so this is the reason why I loved it, because Paulo Coelho simply embraced everything, and he's not shy about it, you know. You guys are going to hear an interview soon with a Muslim friend of mine. It was an amazing interview. I love her and how she speaks, and she's so true and humble, and I mean, you will love this interview. I asked the hard questions. So anyway, that will be in the near future. Going back to the book. So the issues the book raised are fame, murder, deception, greed, manipulation, mental manipulation. You know what I mean? The judging of others, the superficial world of fashion. There isn't something more superficial than that, in my opinion. And by the way, I don't hate the world of fashion. It is what it is. But anyway, the other issues are also spiritual struggle, ambition, you know, and more specifically, the price of ambition. So I'll read you a book. I'll read you an excerpt of the book. In this excerpt, Hamid is about to meet Jasmine, who is a model, and he talks to himself as who is going to be at the festival. Who else will be on a catwalk today aside from the only reason Hamid is here? Jasmine? Certainly not any of the 4 or 5 top models in the world, because they do only what they want to do, always charge a fortune, and would never dream of appearing at Cannes simply to lend prestige to someone else's show. Hamid reckons he will see 2 or 3 Class A models like Jasmine who will earn around 1,500 euros for that evening's work. You have to have a lot of charisma and, above all, a future in the industry. There will probably be another 2 or 3 Class B models, professionals who are brilliant on the catwalk, have the right kind of figure, but are not lucky enough to be taking part in any parallel events as special guests at the parties put on by the large conglomerates. And they will earn between 600 and 800 euros. The rest will be made up of Class C models, girls who have recently entered the mad world of fashion shows and who earn between 200 and 300 euros simply to gain experience. Hamin knows what's going on in the heads of the girls in that third group. I'm going to be a winner. I'm going to show everyone just what I can do. I'm going to be one of the most famous models in the world, even if that means having to sleep with a few older men. Older men, however, are not as stupid as they think. The majority of these girls are underage, and in most countries in the world, anyone engaging in underage sex is likely to end up in jail. The legend differs greatly from the reality. No model gets to the top because of her sexual generosity. There's more to it than that. You know, Paulo Coelho to me is a genius. He's a model. His book are really my place where I learn, where I learn more about life, about myself, about the way, about my art. And this excerpt, is deep. And I'm speechless when I read him. I really am speechless. And I know he has the same effect on me as millions and millions of others around the world. He has the record for the longest time a book has been on the New York Times best-selling list, for The Alchemist. So anyway, that was the excerpt. The only negative I have is that it may be a little too long towards the end. I have to admit, as a fan, I'm just speaking as a fan here, I have to admit that there were certain times towards the end I wondered when this story was going to end. I kind of disconnected towards the end, and that will be the only negative. And I also, the ending itself, although the entire book was amazing, the ending itself was it was not dramatic or surprising. It was kind of okay. Well, that's the end. So, but it's really not an excuse not to pick up that book. That's otherwise I wouldn't be talking to you about it. Overall, it is a great book that should be read by young and old. That should be somewhat of a guide as to what is going on behind the scenes. It is a book that I read 2 times and that I go over once in a while. It was so well written, definitely one that I keep in my collection. The impact on me, it brought me both sadness and joy about the world of fame. Sadness because you realize how the perception we have about Hollywood and this type of life is real. Meaning that everybody manipulates everybody. Sylvester Stallone, I listened to a show by Howard Stern, and Sylvester Stallone was the guest, and he said the rules in Hollywood are really simple. Everybody manipulates everybody. And that's it. The book also brought me joy because you realize that anyone can make it. No one is smarter than anyone else. It's a question of timing, luck, hard work, having it. And it was a confirmation that somehow, for me, I am on the right path. It is important to have, to be headstrong, to have a strong mind and strong, values, in my opinion, to be a real success in that world. And finally, what I got out of that book is remain faithful to your values. Don't sell out. Don't sell your soul for this. It's not worth it. It's a world where a lot of people failed. A lot of people won. Some people who failed, stay in that world. Some of them stay in that world. They just change what they change their role. But anyway, the other thing I get out of it is that everyone makes mistakes and handles success in different ways. And failures too. Alright, so that's it for today. Hey, this Wednesday, don't miss out. Singing My Life Part 2. We'll be joined by GABBY GRACE, singer, songwriter. You will be enlightened. You will be enlightened by her wisdom, passion, intensity about her beliefs, and ambition. She has something to say and says it. Second part, Singing My Life with GABBY GRACE this Wednesday. That's all for today. Thank you for listening, and I hope you found it helpful. If you want to listen to more episodes, you can visit frédéricbaye.com/podcast. If you'd like to connect, you can also tweet me at @byfred, or you can find me on Facebook at Frédéric Baye Writer. And remember, live with purpose, passion, and love.